Welcome back everyone to today's first video, and we're going to be looking at the weather for the week ahead. So the weather for the next 7 days for the UK. We're not going to waste any time, so without further ado, let's get into this. So just before we start, I just want to thank everyone for 50 subscribers. So thanks everyone for supporting the channel. So we're going to get into this right now. So the current situation, we've got a low pressure to the north of Ireland at the moment. We're bringing in westerly, southwesterly winds for most of the country, but Scotland is going to be a bit cooler, bringing in more of an easterly type flow off the continent. So it's a bit colder for Scotland at the moment, and they're still experiencing some snow. Uh, um, so Scotland, there's probably going to be a line around here where it's going to be cold and mild. So at the moment, that is the current situation. Now we're going to show you the GFS charts, and then we'll show you the GEM and ECMWF. So let's get into that now. Okay, so here we go. So once again, this is the current situation over the country. We have got low pressure coming in, and we're bringing in them southwesterlies or easterlies for the northern parts of the country. So that is the current situation. So now let's run this through. So as we start running this through into the new year, we look like this. So once again, that low pressure comes in from the Atlantic, and we do start seeing signs of high pressure trying to build towards Scandinavia. But the Atlantic keeps on coming through, and we actually do start to turn colder by this point just here. On the 4th of January, we have high pressure in the Atlantic, and we do start bringing a bit of a cooler wind from the north west just there. So let's see if that does turn any colder at all. So after this, we do actually start bringing in a colder northerly just here, but it's not really a very cold northerly because there's no high pressure to keep it blocked and cold. But we do build high pressure over the country, and it does keep it quite cool. We will go out into the extended range just to see what GFS is saying today. So we actually keep the high pressure. That'll be a lot of frost and fog and quite cold. Then we start building the high pressure north towards Greenland, and doesn't that look a bit like a Beast from the East situation just there, with extreme cold out in Europe? The high pressure's gone up here and up here, and we're opening the doors to very, very cold air coming in from the northeast. So that's quite interesting. From GFS 6 there, doesn't it? See what comes of that. Well, it does look like an awful lot like a very, very block pattern. It looks like it's probably happened because of the SSW, because the high pressure shouldn't go that all the way up there really towards the Arctic Circle, and it does look like a situation of when we had the Beast from the East, when the high pressure's gone up there and we're starting to drag down very cold northeasterlies or easterlies. So the GFS is looking very interesting today. So let's show you the GEM, see what that's got to say about it. Okay, so once again we start off with the same situation like this, and as we run it into the new year, that high pressure does try to build over Scandinavia, as you can see. But the Atlantic keeps pushing on and keeps bringing us wet, windy and settled weather until the low pressure slides eastwards and starts to bring in a cooler or colder northeasterly wind, and that does keep in from the east or northeast, and we do build high pressure over like the GFS and keep it quite cool with that one. But you can see there is hints of high pressure trying to go north just there, but we are looking cool, probably quite cool and frosty and fog by the end of the GEM. Now let's see what the ECMWF is showing for today. So we've got the ECMWF here. So let's show you this chart just now. Okay, so far it does look quite interesting with the possible easterly winds next week and high pressure trying to get going to the north. So once again the same situation with the ECMWF, then wind from the west or the east for the northern parts, very wet, windy and unsettled once again over the next couple of days. So as we go through this run. We look like this, so off we go into the new year once again. We do start building high pressure towards Scandinavia again, so there's a trend today there. Then the high pressure slides eastwards, and we do start bringing them cooler or colder easterlies or northeasterlies. So once again with that one, and we do keep it in a bit more from the east until high pressure comes over. But that'll probably bring the wind in from the east, so it's probably cool right there. And it stays like that right to the end of this run until we might start bringing milder air in from the south or southeast maybe with that. So once again, it does look quite uncertain with that. I would say I'm not really sure with them, but it does look like we're definitely going to get a bit of an easterly, cooler or colder spell into the new year. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. Now we're going to show you the ECM, now we're going to show you the GFS ensembles chart, so let's show you them now for the last chart in this video, so here we go. Okay, so it actually does look very interesting into the new year, these charts do today, so once again we're going to go very wet over the next couple of days, so at the moment the temperature's around average or a little bit below. We're going to go back up, and then you see that big slide of below average then, looking quite cold, even down to the -5 most runs, just there as you can see, so there is a possibility it goes cold. But before we go a bit extending, we'll look at the close range. So once again, very wet over the next couple of days, and that's 2nd of January. Look at this, look at all this here, look at this outlier here for precipitation. It's going for, draw a line for you. Going for about 38 millimeters just there. Wow, it's quite extreme with that run. I don't think that'll come off really, but once again it does look very wet with most models going for around 10 millimeters, 5-10 millimeters just there. Then we keep it wet, windy and unsettled. Then we do go drier after this point here when we do go cooler in the chart. So I'll draw you a line for where the -5 line is. So this is where it really starts to go cold at -5, and we actually could see like snow and stuff like that. So I'll show you that now. So yeah, most models are getting down to -5 by the 10th of January just there. So most models are going for the cold spell over the next couple of days. So that is mostly what we've got to show you in this video now. But before we go, we will just show you the snow chart just now, see if there is any snow in the new year from the GFS ensembles. So here you go. No, so no surprise there really. We are seeing some snow spikes right at the end around here, but nothing really before that any. So there's tiny little spikes, but there's nothing really there for snow spikes for London. But if we get close to the time, we will start to see if there will be any winteriness in the forecast. So for today's first video, that's going to be it. So thanks everyone for watching today's first video. Thanks for the support, and we'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.